Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So, how are you guys? It's been a long time since I filmed. I think it was around, 1 month ago that my last video came out. I think I've never taken such a long break. But, at the end of last year, I really didn't know what to do with my channel. I was kind of at crossroads and just didn't know, should I continue, should I not, should I do the same things as I've been doing? And so in this video, I am going to give you a bit of an update of where I am with this channel. And then to make this video a little bit more interesting, we're going to do a Q&A. I asked on Instagram and posted on my community page that, I'm thinking of doing a Q&A. If you have any questions, ask me. And so there are some questions to answer, which I will do in the second half of this video. But for now, and I think I should have started this video with Happy New Year. This is my first time talking to you in 2022. So yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it's going well for you so far. And I really hope that this year is going to be better for all of us than last year was. But who knows with how things are now, but I'm hopeful. That's really all I can do at this point. So what is going on with my channel? Well, I'm gonna try to explain to you where I am and kind of how I feel about the channel. I started this channel because this was fun for me. This was a way for me to share my hobby of fragrances, my addiction to fragrances, whatever you want to call it. At this point, I've done many different videos. I have no idea how many videos are actually on my channel, but it just at this point feels to me like I keep talking about the same things. I keep doing these top 10 lists, favorite perfumes for winter, spring, summer, perfumes for, Valentine's, New Year's, whatever, sexiest fragrances. The same lists that, most people do. And while at the beginning it was interesting because I was doing them for the first time, it has kind of become boring, to be honest. It became boring for me as a creator and as a viewer. And please, nobody, don't get offended. You know that my channel is all about honesty. I tell you how it is. I tell you honestly how I feel, and that is how I feel. So I am kind of bored of doing the same top lists. I am bored about talking about the same fragrances. And even with my large collection, and I try to talk about different fragrances in my videos, but still they're bound to be repetitions. How differently can I describe the same perfume when it appears in my video for the 5th time? Well, it still smells the same. So I keep saying the same things, and it's just not interesting. For me as a creator, it's no longer interesting. And in the same way, you could say, well, you can buy new perfumes and talk about new perfumes. Sure, but I don't want to buy perfumes just to review them on my channel, just to talk about them on my channel if I don't love them, if I truly don't want to have them in my collection, if I truly don't want to use them. But I'm curating my collection, so I'm very picky about what I actually add to my collection, especially the further I get with this collection, the pickier I get, and plus fragrances are quite expensive, so I can't just keep buying and buying new bottles. And of course, the thing is, hauls and top lists, they're the best performing videos for me, and I'm sure for other creators as well. And I don't know if every viewer realizes just how much work goes into making these videos. Like, yes, it's fun for me. It's a hobby, but it's also a lot of work. It's really a lot of work. Preparing, coming up with topics, looking up the notes, getting dressed, doing my hair, doing my makeup, editing, posting, answering to comments. This is a lot of work. And when you put in so much work, you want to have some kind of return on your work. And I'm not talking here about money, because believe me, my tiny channel doesn't make any money. The couple of dollars that I get from here, really, they do nothing. But I am talking about a return from viewers, interest from viewers, engagement in my videos, seeing that I'm getting good views, seeing that people are interested, that they are commenting, that they're watching. That's the kind of return that I'm talking about. But this kind of return typically only happens on these hauls, or like most complimented fragrances, sexiest fragrances, or top 10 lists. The other videos don't typically do well. And this is where my dilemma comes in, because like I said, I am a little bit bored doing the same types of videos, talking about the same fragrances. What I am interested in doing at this point is, and this is completely related to where I am in my fragrance journey, I am interested in exploring new houses, new fragrances. I am interested in finding hidden gems, in exploring houses that not many talk about, and bringing them to you so that you become familiar with them as well. This is where I am. I'm interested in trying different and unique fragrances and reviewing them. That's what I'm interested in. But I know that if these are the types of videos that I make, most of you are not going to watch them. The views on them are going to be terrible, and YouTube is going to promote my videos even less than they do now. And again, when you put so much work into videos, you want to have some kind of return. You want to have interest from viewers, and I know that these videos will not get that, because I have tried things like that in the past. Individual reviews on fragrances are typically the worst performing videos, unless it's a really hyped up fragrance. Like if you do something that Kayali released, or if, when Angel's Share came out, these were highly anticipated, highly hyped up fragrances. Yes, those will do well. But everything else, especially when you talk about less known houses, less known fragrances, nobody's going to watch that. So this is really where I am. You see the dilemma that I'm facing. I think as any creator, I want my channel to do well. I want the audience to be interested and engaged and watch my videos. But at the same time, I want to create the type of content that is also interesting to me. So this is why I took this month off to really think about this, to think about, well, do I really need to create? Do I really want to create new videos? Is there any need for my channel to continue? And I wish I came up with some definitive answers. I didn't, because, of everything that I already said, I think that's how it's going to be. So I did miss filming, and I did miss talking to you guys, and that's why I'm doing this update, and that's why I filmed a few more videos. So I am going to try to come back, but try to move this channel more in the direction of what I'm interested in, creating content that I'm interested in, which is going to be bringing to you a lot of new houses, new fragrances, maybe lesser known fragrances and houses. And I'm gonna do this for a little bit and really see how it goes. It really, if I see no interest, no engagement, it's unlikely that I'm going to continue for a long time. I'm not saying there will not be holes. I'm not saying there will never be any top list. Yeah, occasionally I will do those when I feel like they are relevant and they are interesting. But I don't want that to be the focus of my channel any longer, just because it's not interesting to me. It's just not. It's been done too much. You know, I am interested in exploring new things and bringing them to your attention. So anyways, this is where things stand with my channel. I am back for now. Don't know how often the videos will come out. Like I said, I filmed a few. Let's see how they go and how they're received, and that will kind of determine what happens to the channel in the long run. Okay, so there you go. This is my update. Now let's do some Q&A. So I'm just gonna read the questions. I'm not gonna say who they're from unless I remember who they are from, but I never feel comfortable kind of you know, saying the name of the person who asked, because I didn't ask their permission. I'm probably gonna butcher their name, and unless it's another creator, which I don't think they will mind, I'm not gonna mention majority of the names of the people who asked these questions. Okay, enough blubbering. Let's go with the questions. So the first one: what is your favorite rose fragrance? And I do remember who asked this question. It's another creator, another rose lover. This is Lizzie from Rose and Jones. Hi, Lizzie. If you're watching this, yes, we both love rose fragrances. And, you know, I have a lot of rose fragrances I love a lot. But if I really had to narrow it down to one, I'm not going to be very creative here, and I'm going to say Delina. Honestly, I love Delina. I know it's very popular now, but I still love it. And if I had to narrow it down to one, yeah, I'm going with Delina. Next question. Fantasy Unicorn Scent. Who composes it and what notes are in it? I think I would choose Cecile Zarokian to compose it because I love her work. I especially love the way she does vanilla, and obviously vanilla is, you know, my favorite note. What notes are in it? Like I said, I want vanilla to be in it, but I want it to be something different, something with vanilla that we haven't smelled before. I want it to have some nuances that we haven't seen before. So something creative and something different with vanilla. Next question. What perfume started your love affair with fragrances? So I think I've answered that, or I talked about it before, but I'll answer it quickly. You know, I've always loved fragrances as long as I can remember myself. I loved the smell of fragrance. Now, I had, you know, a normal person collection for majority of my life. It was 2, 3, maybe 4 maximum fragrances. But when I purchased Eau de Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford, something changed. Something clicked in me. I have no idea why. To this day, I have no idea why. But after smelling and purchasing that fragrance, this is when this serious addiction and collection started. So really, if I had to say what started your love affair, I would have to say Eau de Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford. Next question. If you could create your dream fragrance, what would the opening, middle, and dry down notes would be? Well, this is kind of similar to the question that I already answered. You know, I am not a very creative person, so I don't know what the opening, middle, and dry down would be. All I know is that, of course, it would have to be some kind of gourmand. It would have to be a fragrance that has vanilla, but I'll leave it up to Cecile to decide exactly what the notes are going to be. Next question. What is your all-time favorite brand, designer, and niche? Are you ever worried that your fragrances will go bad before you use them, since you have a large collection? So let me start with the second question first. Am I worried that they will go bad? Honestly, no. I have some fragrances that I've had for over 10 years for sure, and nothing changed in them. They smell good just like they did the first day that I got them. So I know it could happen. It could happen, but if I'm honest, am I really concerned about that? No, I'm not. What is your all-time favorite brand, designer, and niche? This changes. Of course, this changes. But at the moment, I would say that Xerjoff is my favorite niche brand at the moment. And designer, that's a tougher one. But surprisingly, I think I would say Jean Paul Gaultier, because two of my probably most favorite designer scents are La Belle, the original, and La Parfum, and Scandala Paris, both by Jean Paul Gaultier. So right now, I would say that's probably my favorite designer brand, although that definitely hasn't been the case previously. Next question. What is your wish list for 2022? I did a wish list video at the end of last year, and I kind of went through, wish list update, what I purchased, from my wish list, what I changed my mind on. There was also a category of what I have on my wish list for 2022. And I mentioned there that although, there are many fragrances that I try or I hear about and I think, oh, I would really like to have that, but I don't really have anything that's like I'm dying to have, that is absolutely must have, that like I will go to any length to get it. Honestly, I don't at this point. I am more interested in just exploring new fragrances and new houses. So yeah, I can't really say that there is anything that I'm really, really dying to have. And that's kind of how I am thinking about my wish list at this point. Yeah, there are many fragrances that I would like to have, but is there anything that I'm like dying to have? No, I don't think there is anything. Next question. And this one comes from Abby, Abby with Love. Apart from fragrances, what else would you share on YouTube? If you take a look at your collection, which fragrance would you have purchased first and why? Niche or designer fragrances? Okay, there are a lot of questions in here, Abby. Thank you. Okay, let's start from the last one again, because that's the easy one. Niche or designer? Although in my collection, I have both and I enjoy both, but if I'm honest, at the moment, I would prefer niche over designer. That's just where I am in my fragrance journey. If you take a look at your collection, which fragrance would you have purchased first and why? Whew. One of the oldest fragrances that I have in my collection are Chanel Chance line. I have Eau Tendre and Eau Fraiche. And if I had to start it all over again, I think these are great fragrances to start your collection because they're easygoing, they're inoffensive, they're mass appealing. They're the types of fragrances that typically everyone really enjoys. And, when you're starting your collection or you're starting this fragrance journey, I think you have to start with simple mass appealing fragrances. You cannot start with niche because it just will not smell good to you. That's my opinion. So, kind of the fragrances that I started with or the fragrances that I've had for a long time, these are the ones that I would start with again. And what else would I share on YouTube? Nothing else, because I would like to do more of kind of vlogs or a day in the life, something like that. But there are two problems with that. Right now, with what's happening in the world, I spend most of my time at home. I don't really go anywhere. I'm at home most of the time. So there is nothing really to show. And B, I did a vlog this summer about our vacation. And what I realized is that I feel quite uncomfortable vlogging in public, like going around and talking to the phone and shooting. I don't feel comfortable with that. So, although this is something I would like to do more of in the future, I don't see how it's possible right now. And other than vlogs, I don't think there is anything else that I would share or I would like to share. Next question. Your makeup always looks elegant and classy. Oh, thank you so much. Would you share some of your favorite makeup products? It's funny. surprisingly often get asked about makeup, like what lipstick are you wearing? I really like your foundation, whatever. Guys, I'm so bad at this. I never remember what I wore because, most of the time I pre-film my videos. So usually it's filmed a couple of weeks before it comes out, sometimes even longer. And I never take note of what I'm wearing. It's just whatever I feel like at the time, whatever is the fastest that I can use. That's what I wear. So I don't know. I do enjoy makeup. I wear makeup, but not more than that. I used to be a lot more into makeup. Like I started watching YouTube when I was interested in makeup. Like I would watch makeup videos, but that interest was short-lived. It died down a long time ago. So I don't know if you noticed, I do enjoy cool tones. So typically not today, but typically my lipstick or whatever I have on my lips and my eyeshadow, they're more cool toned than warm toned. That's just what I prefer. But what exactly I use, whatever I felt like using on a day, and it kind of changes. So really, I can't give you any details on that. Next question. Where would you vacation if money and time were endless? And this one comes from Canada, Kim. Hey, Kim. Man, don't I wish I could go on vacation? It would be one of two places. One, I've always wanted to go to Australia. It's just, I don't know why. I'm so interested in that country. I'm so interested to go on vacation there. I've even, for a long time, I even considered moving there if it was kind of easy and possible. I really, really want to visit Australia. And my next vacation, I don't even have any specific place in mind. I just want to go somewhere warm where there is a beach, where I can swim all day. I love water. I feel the happiest when I'm in the water or close to water. That's just like my happiest place. So I just want to go somewhere warm and swim all day and drink cocktails and not have to do or think about anything. What's your top 3 cuisines? My favorite type of food is sushi. I love anything seafood or fish related. Any dishes that are from fish, I absolutely love. So that's really my favorite type of food. What else? I don't even know. You will see from these answers, I think I'm quite boring. There's nothing really that stands out. I lead a pretty simple, uneventful life, I think. So I don't know. I didn't prepare these questions. I kind of just reading them now. So I can't think of anything else. There are many different things that I like. There are also many different things that I don't like, but my favorite type of food is sushi, and maybe I'll surprise you with this one. I don't like pasta, any kind of pasta, especially pasta with sauce. I don't like it. I don't eat it. I really don't enjoy it. Next question. What is the unique and outrageous note that you don't enjoy in a fragrance? Anything animalic. Anything animalic I cannot handle at all. This is my most hated note. Next question. What made you start a YouTube channel? What perfume would you never purchase again? Who are some of your YouTube fragrance faves? Okay, I did a Q&A. It was a while ago, but you can still find it on my channel. And in that video, I did talk about what made me start a YouTube channel. So I'm not going to repeat here. If you're really interested, please check out that video. Who are my fragrance faves? I'm assuming you're talking about other creators. Again, I did several videos about sharing the love, about fragrance community, talking about my favorite fragrance YouTubers. So there are way too many to mention here. So again, I think the best way I can answer that question is just to suggest that you check out that video. What perfume would you never purchase again? I don't know. Perfumes that I don't like, I declutter, and I pretty much never think about them again. Something from recent fails, I would say. I purchased the new release from Gallagher, Rose Noir, and it was just absolutely horrible. You know, as much as I love Rose all day, Rose Noir was horrific, and it left my collection the same day that it came. So I definitely know that that's a fragrance that I will never purchase again. Never. And I don't hesitate to say never here because I'm not going to purchase it. Okay, I don't want this video to get too long, so I will answer a few more questions. If I don't answer your question, I'm really sorry, but I will keep these questions, and the next time that I do Q&A, I will definitely address them. I just don't want this video to get too long. Okay, a little bit about your background. You mentioned a couple of times about being from Eastern Europe, but also living in the Middle East, and how you started getting into fragrance. How I started getting into fragrances, or what fragrance started this, I already answered. It was Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc. A little bit about my background. Again, I talked about it a little bit in my first Q&A, but I'll do a short summary of my background. I was born in Ukraine, but my first language is Russian. From Ukraine, my family moved to Israel, hence the Middle East. I lived there for a couple of years, and then I moved to Canada. And I've lived in Canada for almost 30 years, which is crazy, but yeah, it's been that long. So there you go. There is a summary of my background. So when people ask me, where are you from? It's a little bit complicated to explain. Next question. What is your favorite fragrance note? Does your daughter have her own fragrance collection? If you could create a men's fragrance, what notes would you use? What is the minimum number of bottles that would be in your collection? Okay, so let's take one at a time. What is your favorite fragrance note? Vanilla. I think most of you know that it's vanilla. Does my daughter have her own collection? Yes, she does. She does. She has her own collection. She sees that mom loves fragrances and she enjoys them as well. If you could create a men's fragrance, again, like I said, I'm not very creative. I'll leave it up to professionals to create fragrances, but I will say that I really enjoy citruses in a men's fragrance. I really enjoy those kind of, I don't know, zingy, fresh, citrusy notes in a men's fragrance. So I would like it to have some citruses, like really potent citruses. Minimum number of bottles? No, I never do that. I never say I want to have 50 or I want to have 100. No, I don't have a specific number in mind. I just want my collection to feel comfortable for me. I want to be happy with the fragrances that I have in my collection. And in fact, little preview, there is a huge, and I mean huge declutter coming up. You will see that I have downsized my collection quite significantly. So it's not about the number of bottles, it's more about the bottles that I have. Do I love them? Do I use them? Do I feel like I need them in my collection? Next question. What is your favorite house of vegan or clean fragrances, and which two fragrances would you recommend from that house? So, unfortunately, you know, I don't really research, or it's not something that I look at when I purchase fragrances. If they're vegan or if they're clean. Is it good or bad? I don't know. You know, you be the judge. For some people, it is important. I haven't reached that point. For me, that's not something that I look at. So unfortunately, even if you ask me which brands are vegan or clean, I don't know. I don't know, and therefore, you know, that's all I can say about that question. That's just not something that I look at the moment. And the last question that I'm going to answer today is this one. I'm interested in scent memories, if there are any that you're willing to share. For example, as a child, I had trouble getting up in the morning, but if I smelled blueberry muffin baking, I popped right out of bed, not necessarily perfume related. And if there is a fragrance you dream to have that you have never quite found out there on the market. let's start with the last question again. You know that I had two unicorns that I really wanted to get. I wanted to get my Insolus from Guerlain, which is a discontinued scent, and I wanted to get Italica from Zergia for a long time when it was impossible to find it. Now you can find it anywhere. So these were kind of my two unicorns, and I was able to get both of them last year. So right now, I don't have anything else on my list that's like that, but I'm sure that's just temporary. I'm sure that something is going to come up like that. Now, as far as scent memories, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Again, because, you know, when I talked a little bit about my, answering the other question about my background, you know, I said I was born in Ukraine. At the time, it was not really Ukraine, it was Soviet Union. And, you know, if any of you are familiar with the history a little bit, living in Soviet Union, we didn't have anything really. We didn't have anything. We didn't have money. We didn't have clothes. There was very small selection of food. You know, it was a challenging environment to grow up in. So you know, there are no childhood memories like that of like amazing scents or blueberry muffins or anything like that that I can really remember. I think mostly because we didn't really have much of that. So I don't know. I don't really have a lot of memory associations like that. The only one I can share, which I also shared in one of my old videos, yeah, was about Flora Botanica from Balenciaga. It was I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter when I started wearing that fragrance. I think I purchased it right before I got pregnant. And so that fragrance kind of is associated with her. And she was born in the spring, and I was wearing that fragrance a lot during the spring before she was born. So kind of that fragrance is associated with my daughter. I always think about her when I wear it. That's really kind of the only memory that I can share here. So there you go. Here are my responses to the questions. Again, if I didn't get to any of the questions, I'm sorry, but this video is already way too long. Thank you so much to everyone who asked questions. I really appreciate it. That's it. Here's the responses, the update on the channel. So next video is going to be all about fragrances. Thank you for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.